Hi guys, I want to show you this prototype so you don't have to get lost clicking around because I've done this. It's a little rough right now because the prototyping tools aren't perfect. But let's say a user comes here and they get this email for the Think a Teacher event and they want to match themselves up with the product that's right for them. Now I want to remind you that this prototype, this wireframe, has nothing to do with design. These elements can be anywhere on the page. We can move things around however you want, but this is simply to show the functionality of how I imagine the user going through this experience. I also see how this could be very easy to translate into mobile. So if we go this route, I can do a prototype of mobile very quickly also. But I want to get this flow figured out first. So let's say the user's like, okay, I'm a second grade teacher. Here we go. And they would land on a page that's just like the email. And they want to say that they're science, ELA, current events. And we could write, you could have something on this button to say, match me, or could say something cute, or, whatever you want. If you wanted to say something, or if you just want the arrow saying, let's go. So now you land on a page that has everything filtered for you. And it says that what I think is valuable here is to say that we found 4 products that match. It could have, this would be programmed to have whatever number that they found. What I have here, so this prototyping tool has a couple limitations, but I imagine that the filter would feel kind of appy and it would be sticky, but so would this. But the prototyping tool is not going to allow the side subject filters to also do that, so I can't really prototype that exact functionality, but imagine that these also did not move. And the only thing that moved would be the products. So the user could easily look through and say, well, I want to refine my search more. They could change the filters here. And I imagine these cards kind of having a nice smooth animation to transition into something new. So it seems like an exciting filter, like what kind of products are going to come up. What I designed here also is that your science spins and your storytime spins are showing as a part of the magazine they belong to. Rather than trying to upsell them later, I was thinking maybe having it right away. We can talk about that more. We can iterate on that. I can show you a couple options. Maybe this could also be an overlay when the user hits the quantity of Scholastic News Grade 2 that they want, then the add-ons could be a pop-up. Do you want to add these? And there could be a button that says yes or no. But right now I think it was kind of cool to show you how it would look if everything was being seen. Now remember, the design can also make this seem a little bit less cluttered. I think this could be very minimal and beautiful depending on how we design it. So let's say the user is really into what you'll also notice here is I put a subscribe button. I know that we don't have true cart functionality, but I think that the user needs to feel that e-commerce experience. So they have an easy way to subscribe. And this will also, I'll show you later how this gets into their order. So now let's say that they're going to add. The user can type in the number here and then click add. Or they can do what most people do these days, which they'll put in the number and hit enter, and that will also submit that number. But in case we have some older users that don't really know that enter is a key command to submit a value into a field, they can also hit add. So now this person's added 27 of Scholastic News Grade 2. They've added Storytime, and they've also added Storyworks Junior. So what you'll see is, in case they didn't notice that their cart or their subscribe button has now turned red because it's ready to have a purchase made, and it tells you how many things you've purchased. I think that there's some value to that, so that the user understands that they've submitted X value. That's something we could also talk about and play with. And if they don't see that, there's also one down here. So the user would go to subscribe, and I imagined a panel coming in, what you'll see here. This isn't quite the right design that I would like, because this would be darker and you would see just this panel. But what I like about the panel, number one, is this panel comes in and it allows the user to see that they're in the right place, they've stayed where they are, there's no anxiety. They just go fill it out. And so what you'll see here too is that this prototyping tool is not going to allow me to scroll this panel, but you would be able to scroll the panel or with your mouse. But right now this prototyping tool is scrolling the wrong thing. That's just a glitch in this prototype. So what I'll show you, here's the panel. Pretend it's what we were just looking at, and the panel is an overlay to the filter system. You would just simply fill out your order form. Here's what you ordered. It's all very clear and very simple. I like that it's reminding you this is what you've done, and you should also be able to edit your order. I don't know where that went, so I'm going to have to add that in. You should be able to also edit or delete these components, and then you could either cancel or submit your order. And once you've submitted your order, you would get some kind of nice message to let you know that it has submitted. So I'll go back and I'll add the functionality for updating the cart and removing, but for now I just wanted to show you this so you can start taking a look, because I know we need to get moving fast on this project. All right, so I'll talk to you soon, and look forward to hearing your thoughts. When you're in this prototype, just so you know, you can always get back to your email by clicking on the logo, okay? And if you need any help getting around this prototype, let me know. All right.